Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 24th of November 2014, ending technically Friday the 28th, but let's get this out of the way first. This is a very short week. It's a laid-back week for most traders. Generally, historically, it's positive, but probably not too exciting on the volume. Maybe Tuesday will be the one day. This year, we're having this week, which is Thanksgiving week here in the U.S., after an expiration. Option expiration was Friday, so Monday is the start of a new option cycle. That's usually a little bit slower anyways, not too bad. Monday and Tuesday are the 2 days here where we have an opportunity for something to happen. Wednesday is a full trading day for the markets, but everybody leaves early and gets out on the road. It is the busiest travel day of the year. We'll be around for the first 2 hours or so on Wednesday, and that's about it. We will not have official calls for the report on Wednesday. We'll be calling it intraday from the lab. In the lab on Wednesday. Thursday, the stock markets are closed. Everything's closed for Thanksgiving. Friday, the markets open only by NYSE rule, which states that the markets cannot be closed more than 3 days in a row, including weekends. So we are closed on Friday. We are a half day on Friday. They have to open the market. Most people do not trade that day. It's usually a green day with a gap up just because there's no sellers around. But that doesn't have to happen, so don't just go out and buy some stocks Wednesday and hold them. Generally speaking, it's a waste of time and people don't show up. We probably won't be here at all for that. You're free to use the lab if you're a subscriber. If you'd like to come in, there will be no calls via report or the Twitter feed on Friday. We get back to work with a couple of solid weeks in December. After this week, it was 3 straight weeks before we get anywhere near Christmas, ending around the 19th of December, which will be options expirations. We got 15 pure trading days in December. And then things will definitely lighten up. Christmas and New Year's are on Thursdays this year. All right, so let's take a look. This is the ES front month futures contract. It was up on Friday, it was up for the week, new highs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ side. Had a recycle of a seeker count here. Gapped up on Friday and came back down a bit, but we did close at new highs. Here's the SOX, also closed at new highs. Here's the biotech index. Didn't have much of a day, but it closed near the highs of the year. If we look at some of our bigger stocks, here's a look at Google. Was up for the day, but not really up for the week. Apple was up for the week. We're at that point in the year where stocks that have been up, nobody wants to sell them and lock in the gains and pay the taxes in April. If they hold them until January, then they can pay taxes a year later on them or write them off against losses if they have any a full year away. So there's a lot of lack of selling that goes on around this time of year in stocks that are up significantly for the year. Here's the VIX sitting down near 13. Here's a quick look at crude oil. Came back up just a bit, but closed at $76.50. Gas is definitely down at the pump. And here's a look at the gold futures, basically at 1,200. All right, what did we do intra-week this last week? Here we are. We're going to take a look actually at 10-minute bars on the ES futures contract, and you can see here Monday we had a flat opening, a fairly flat session. Volume was light. I'll show you that in a minute all week. Matter of fact, I need to go back real quick. Let's take a quick look at that volume on the daily time frame so you can see. Friday was heavy because it was options expiration. That's not real volume. That's at 1.7. The rest of the week out of the blue was down near the just over 1.5 billion shares. That is not heavy volume. Really caused some slow trading for the first couple of days of the week. So again, back to the ES, we did have Tuesday. We had a kind of shot up early and drifted higher for the rest of the day. Wednesday was a flat opening, headed lower. Came back over lunch, closed basically flat for the day. Thursday was our big day of the week, a gap down in the market, everything lined up for a move up. We had tons of stocks trigger, a big futures winner, Forex winners this week as well. So it was a real great session for us on Thursday, basically made the whole week. And then Friday, a big gap up because of the news out of China for the options expiration day, and it just drifted back in but did not fill the gap. And if we look at the NASDAQ side, you're going to see it looks fairly similar. It did. NASDAQ, however, did fill the gap on Friday. So, again, short week. Monday, we'll see. You can look at volume. Volume's going to tell the tale. If there's any volume out there, we'll try to get something done Monday and Tuesday. If volume's poor, then we can't expect too much. Wednesday, remember that giant sucking sound you hear is everybody leaving the building, heading out for the long weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving from TradeSite. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. Hope to see you in the lab.